We've got a few minutes left. I want to talk a little bit more about Aston Villa. They've just been so impressive. And I think what's key here is it looks like a side that's fully bought into their manager's philosophy. That is the key to their success here.
There was a couple of things interesting in that interview there with Douglas Luiz and Leon Bailey. First of all, Douglas Luiz saying Penno and lads. Always gets me when foreign players speak with such a local dialect. But the other thing was what Bailey said, that he has a job. Everyone knows their job when they come on. They sound like they're well drilled. They sound like they know what they're doing, and the performances are only replicating everything that he was saying there, that they are a team in well-oiled, well-drilled, confident, dangerous.
The difference a year makes.
Well, we said before the game, didn't we, about Unai Emery and his, how fanatical he is and how much time he spends thinking about and preparing and organising with his football. That 70-30 rule. So while he's awake, he spends 70% of his time working and thinking about football and 30% of his time away from it. So he spends a huge amount of time with it, and he doesn't miss anything. He's meticulous with his preparation. So therefore, when a sub goes on, they will definitely know what their role is.
What about the role of Youri Tielemans? He's, prior to this weekend, he had played 144 minutes since joining in the summer in the Premier League. He came on 5 minutes of regulation left. There were 7 minutes in total, so just over 150 minutes, let's put it at that, of football in the Premier League.
Yeah, well, he's got to break into a team, we just said, well-oiled, well-drilled, confident. I mean, you don't just walk straight into that side, especially when, and he might be a world-class player in a sense, he plays international football, but he was part of a relegation team. So his performances, in fact, to a point, maybe even his conduct last season, wasn't going to put him at the top of anyone's list as a starting player. I think he has to earn the right to start in this side. The assist today will help, but he has to earn the right. I mean, interesting, just quickly touching on what Gary said there, there's other managers like this, Pep Guardiola, for example, who are intense.
Yeah, sure.
Mikel Arteta. A year isn't a long time. 18 months, 2 years of players who have been under that kind of environment. It'll be interesting to see what their mental state's like, and I don't mean in a way they need help, but in a way that can they continue to be so disciplined, because everyone has a breaking point, and therefore, as good as it is for 1 year, whether or not that maintains. And going back to Youri Tielemans, he's going to have to show that he has got all that kind of commitment. He's
blinked with a move away now. That's why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah.
It's not that far till January.
Well, I personally think that if Villa have ambitions, which clearly they do, to do a West Ham in Europe, West Ham won the Europa Conference League last season, so they're in the Europa League this season, and Villa could go and do that. So I think that they need to keep a big squad. So I don't think that Aston Villa will be looking to let Tielemans go. Certainly not at this stage. Absolutely not.